The Argonauts, the first superhero franchise in history. The crossover that happened before Marvel.
Think Stan Lee invented the concept of assembling Earth's mightiest heroes for a single suicide mission back in 1963? Not even close. 3,000 years before Tony Stark and Captain America, the ancient Greeks had already pulled off their own Endgame. They had their own Tony Stark, the genius engineer Argus, their own Hulk, the unstoppable Heracles, and their own Cap, Jason.
Today, we're going to dissect the quest for the Golden Fleece, not as a boring textbook myth, but as the first massive pop culture crossover in human history. And, more importantly, as a real-world Bronze Age Black Ops expedition for top-tier technology. Let's dive in.
Assembling the team, the ancient Greek Avengers.
All right, let's look at the casting. Jason needs to sail to the edge of the known world. Going solo is a death sentence, so he puts out an open casting call. The absolute elite of Hellas show up. Check out this roster. Heracles class, tank, heavy brawler. The franchise's biggest star, brought along for pure physical muscle. Spoiler alert, he was so ridiculously OP that he kept snapping his oars with his bare hands and ended up leaving the project halfway through because he was totally overshadowing the main character. Orpheus class, bard, support. The guy with the lyre. You might ask, why bring a musician to a fistfight? Well, Orpheus is their ultimate crowd control guy. His music will literally drown out the sirens and keep the rowers in perfect rhythm. Premium audio buff. Castor and Polydeuces, the Dioscuri class. Agility, spec ops. Twin sons of Zeus. One is an unbeatable bare-knuckle boxer, the other a master horse whisperer. Peleus class. Warrior, sequel bait.
The future father of Achilles. His inclusion is a classic Marvel-style move to hype the audience up for the upcoming Trojan War spin-off. Zetes and Calais, the Boreads. Class? Air support. Sons of the North Wind. They literally have wings, the team's personal anti-aircraft defense. Essentially, Jason built a squad of hyper-specialized operatives where everyone had a unique active ability. This is textbook superhero team canon. The road to Colchis, monsters, bosses, and sequel syndrome. The Island of Lemnos, the filler episode. The first stop is an island where the women completely rid themselves of the men. The Argonauts get stuck there for 2 whole years. The myths writers clearly threw this in for pure fan service. But Heracles, the only one who stayed on the ship, finally gives the crew a reality check and forces them to keep moving. The Harpy Raid, the first real team fight. This is where the team's air support kicks in. The Boreads, the winged brothers, take to the sky and engage the Harpies in a canonical aerial dogfight, forcing them to retreat. As a reward, Phineas tells them how to beat the map's main dungeon. The Symplegades, the instant kill hazard. The Symplegades are clashing rocks. You can't just cruise through them blindly. Jason uses a pro-gamer strategy. He releases a dove first. The rocks snap shut on the bird, and right as they start resetting at maximum speed,
Driven by Orpheus's frantic beat, the Argo blitzes through the gap, losing only its stern ornament. The rocks lock in place forever. Hazard cleared.
Bronze Age geopolitics. Why did they actually sail?
Now let's take off our superhero goggles and talk real logic. Why would a nation expend massive resources, assemble its ruling elite, and sail to the edge of the earth for a sheepskin, even a gold one? The real purpose of this expedition was much more pragmatic and much cooler. It was an act of geopolitical reconnaissance and industrial espionage.
Deconstructing the Golden Fleece, Colchis, modern-day Georgia, was essentially the Silicon Valley of the Bronze Age. Their metallurgy was light years ahead. The Golden Fleece wasn't just a magical hide. It's a metaphor for gold extraction technology and secret metalworking techniques that the Greeks hadn't mastered yet. Map infographics. The voyage of the Argo represents the Greeks breaking into the Black Sea, an area previously locked down by rival civilizations or deemed impassable. Jason opened up new trade routes, giving Greece access to Caucasian iron, gold, and timber. This was the first culturally recorded expansion of the Western world to the east in search of resources and technology.
Colchis and the final mission, the bronze robot Talos.
Once in Colchis, Jason switches to diplomacy mode, and with a heavy assist from Medea, the local sorceress who acts like a hacker bypassing her father's security system, they steal the fleece. But the most terrifying boss fight was waiting for them on the way back, on the island of Crete. Boss fight. Talos. Crete was guarded by Talos, and the way he is described makes him look like the first robot or android in human history. A mechanical giant made of solid bronze, created by the god Hephaestus, who patrolled the island powered by ichor, the blood of the gods flowing through a single vein. So, how do the Argonauts defeat a mecha? Medea deploys a psychological attack, messing with his mind. Talos stumbles against a rock, dislodging the bronze nail in his ankle. His fuel drains out, and the giant powers down. Pure cyberpunk, thousands of years before the genre existed. The legacy of the Argo.
The voyage of the Argonauts laid down the blueprint for all adventure pop culture to follow. Assemble the crew, journey into the unknown, showcase unique abilities, face betrayal, encounter technological marvels, and return home with the MacGuffin. The ancient Greeks created the perfect franchise matrix, one we are still copying to this very day.
Thank you for watching this video essay until the very end. What surprised you? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dives into the history pop culture keeps trying to hide from us. See you next time.